Hey guys, it's Rob. 392 days until I turn 30, and I'm in a weird state about writing today. I'll get to that right after the check-in. Um, so, I broke through the 232 mark, which is a spot that's been haunting me. I don't know if I can keep doing it. I'm going to try to keep doing it. I've done a good job of cutting back on a lot of the fast food that I was eating. Because even when I was, kind of obeying things at fast food, there was always the temptation to be like, and a small fry, or just like and one more thing, which I think resulted in more calories than I readily admitted to. So when I'm here at my apartment, it's a little easier to control, and I've kind of bought in some like foods that I really like, so that when I sit down and have them and prepare them, I can think, okay, this is the thing that I'm eating, and there's no like heat of the moment drive-through decision where I'm being like, and just one more thing. So that's helping. The exercise is helping a lot too, of course, staying on that. I've added a little bit of upper body weightlifting to it, some high rep, low weight stuff, which feels really good after it's done. Something I'm going to try to keep it in there. It'd be nice to add some sit-ups too. That might come soon, because abs. That's a thing. Um, and I didn't get the 2,500 words I wanted on my story, but and that part of that is me not being able to fully stick to the whole scheduling idea again. I slipped away again on that and didn't work as many hours or the hours that I had picked out on some of those given days. And that's going to be a continuing struggle for me. That's without some kind of, you know, if I were working for someone, there would be an enforceable penalty coming from outside the system. I'm not a fan of the idea of building some kind of deliberate punishment shaming video system, because I feel like that would make me hate this. So without something meeting that criteria, it is a matter of willing it forward, you know of conquering the procrastinator self that I have been for so long. Um, but that's that. Let's talk about writing. I'm working on the sci-fi drama short story, and I am in a strange situation with it now. I am roughly 80% of the way through it, and I do not know if I can bear to write the ending that I originally envisioned. I've grown attached to these characters, and there is something that I planned that's I don't know if I can bear to write. Um, I feel I don't know if that makes me a crazy person. That I would get so wrapped up in my creation, that I would be so. I mean, yeah, I've watched other people's stuff, and um, I get into the drama of reading other people's books, of watching really well choreographed drama in other people's movies and TV shows and all that stuff. Um, and I don't have any. I'm not sitting here thinking about whether or not that's weird. Um, but I'm creating this as is. As I am putting one word in front of another and laying out this thing. And I feel like weirdly responsible for your emotional state when you eventually read this. Um, and on top of it all, I want to make sure that it's believable, that it's fathomable, that it's you don't think that what I write comes out of left field, because it could if I do it wrong. I mean, I suppose that's what beta reading is for and everything. What having people look it over and give you feedback is for. Um, but if I write the ending I imagined, and the feedback says, by the way, this is absolutely unfathomable, and I myself am on the fence about whether or not it's what I should write, I have this is a story that I have actually. You may have remembered when I talked about the fantasy story. I said, well, from now on, I'm going to give myself a much more concrete roadmap before I write things. And so the roadmap has been foreshadowing its way up to this ending I originally imagined. Um, which sometimes when I do these videos with you guys, I actually talk out my problem right here on the camera. So I think the conclusion I have just come to is I absolutely have to write the ending I originally envisioned. So thanks. That was helpful of you. Good on you. Yeah, I guess the roadmap, you know, at the very least, the first draft needs to go out with that roadmap obeyed, and then yeah, if it ends up not delivering, that we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Um, that was therapeutic. Cool. And I think that's all from me. We're getting close to midnight, so I should probably post this video. Awesome. Um, have a great week. Coming up this weekend, I've got some of the folks from the Dungeons and Randomness podcast are coming into town, into St. Louis, for a wrestling related thing on their wrestling network. So I'm gonna get to hang out with those guys, and that's gonna be super cool. A link to Dungeons and Randomness in the show description as always. Coming this week, I'm gonna do some streaming and everything. I've got a vacation coming up later in the month, going out to see the mountains in Colorado with family. What else? What's on my radar? I'm trying to think if there's anything I can point you guys toward. Nothing's coming to me, and I'm tired, so I'm gonna say no. But I'll let you know if I'm wrong. Okay, let's do that then. Thanks again for everything. Cool. Have a great week, and I'll see you Thursday.